The black-eyed children, also called black-eyed kids, are mysterious beings that look to be of kids between the ages of 6 to 16 years old. They only appear at night and to unsuspecting adults alone in parking lots or in their homes. The kids come in groups of 2 or more and often ask for favors. The favor could be to make a phone call, to get a ride home, to come in and get something to eat, or to use the bathroom. The few people who have had interactions with the black-eyed kids express feeling unexplainable fear when the children are near. No one really knows where they come from. Extraterrestrial, UFOs, vampires, and of course, demons are a number of the assumptions around the kids. Brian Bethel was one of the first people to document having met black-eyed children in real life. He published a transcription of the event on his blog back in 1998. The following is a part of his story. It was around 9:30 p.m. on January 16, 1998, and Brian left his apartment in Abilene, Texas, for the Dropbox to pay his internet bill. On the way, he stopped at the Dollar Movie Theater next to his service provider's building to use the glow of the marquee as light to make out his check. As he did this, there was a knock on the window and he saw 2 young boys. He placed them between 10 and 14 years old. He described the boys as: boy number 1 was slightly taller than his companion, wearing a pullover, hooded shirt with a sort of gray checkered pattern and jeans. Couldn't see his shoes. His skin was olive colored and had curly, medium-length brown hair. He exuded an air of quiet confidence. Boy number 2 had pale skin with a trace of freckles. His primary characteristics seemed to be looking around nervously. He was dressed in a similar manner to his companion, but his pullover was a light green color. His hair was a sort of pale orange. They didn't appear to be related, at least not directly. Almost immediately, he knew something was up and felt a sense of fear. The first boy began to tell Bethel that they needed his help. They wanted to see the new Mortal Kombat movie, but forgot their money. Instead of asking for the money itself, the boy asks for a lift to their house to retrieve it. Our narrator is nervous and hesitant as the first boy continued to try to coax him, saying things like, "Come on, mister. We just want to go to our house. And we're just 2 little boys. Come on, mister. Let us in. We can't get in your car until you do. Just let us in, and we'll be gone before you know it. We'll go to our mother's house." Brian Bethel found himself unlocking the door without realizing, and as if instructed by the child to do so. After catching his hands, he looks back at the kids with a fresh perspective. That's when he realized that the kids' eyes were solid black. No iris, no pupil. All the stories of people meeting black-eyed kids claim that once you realize their eyes are all black, things get dangerous. The second boy continued to stand there completely silent while the first boy threatens him, saying, "We won't hurt you. You have to let us in. We don't have a gun." According to Bethel, the boy was implying that they didn't need guns. He started pulling at the door and demanding to be let in. With the courage he managed to find, Bethel pushed his car into reverse and sped home, leaving the boys where he found them. Fast forward to November 14th, 1998, and Brian has an update for his ghost hunting blog. He apparently didn't talk too much else about the Beck after the first post. Even though his audience was hounding him with questions, the next one to encounter the kids is his friend, John. John Northwood was one of Brian's online friends, who was a pagan rites coordinator for an Oregon organization called Spirit. Brian Bethel claims that he never told his friend about his encounter, yet This is an interaction they had towards the end of the same year. It takes place over chat. It starts with John asking the chat if they really believe in ghosts or kids with funny eyes, and then launches into his own anecdote with the group of black-eyed kids. Since then, the accounts have slowly grown. They reached an all-time high in 2013 when they made the news thanks to a weekly strange video submitted to mainstream media. A video was uploaded giving an alleged look at them. It was, however, quickly discredited, which only increases the mystery and curiously shrouding the mysterious children. To date, there have been many claims, conversation threads, countless videos, and even a book by author David Weatherly. An indie director, Nick Hagen, directed a horror film incorporating the eerie characters into the plotline. It's called Black-Eyed Kids and incorporates a YouTube series he was working on called Sunshine. The movie was released December 21st, 2012, right before the world was slated to end according to the Mayan calendar. No one really knows what these kids are. The people who claim to see them and spend their free time hunting ghosts swear they're legit. Others aren't so convinced. The most interesting theory concerning the children's origins I've come across was this one. It comes from a book, Your Haunted Lives, The Black-Eyed Kids. According to this legend, the kids may be something called Otcon, spoken of in ancient Iroquois Indian legends. The Iroquois Indians believed in a dark power called the Otcon that could take over children, and an evil one who would mate with human females to produce black-eyed, chalky-skinned children. These children were killed by the tribes soon after birth and burned to stop them from resurrecting. Children wandering alone in the woods could also be taken over by the Otcon and would re-emerge with black eyes and pale skin, acting nervously while repeating themselves over and over. Their goal was to destroy the tribe and infect all people with Otcon. Naturally, with this information, it's normal to be skeptical. But after all the reports that are out there, it's hard not to believe that something like that could be real. What do you guys think? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of High Strangeness. Really appreciate you guys stopping in. Black-Eyed Kids has been one of those stories that we've all kind of heard over the years, and not too much information is really known about them. There's not too much about them on the internet as well. I mean, other than stories like this that you hear, some accounts here and there, but it's rare. I mean, like they mentioned, some of the people that do see them, it's few and far between, and they have real quick encounters, not really sure what to make of it, and then just as quickly as they appear, they're gone. So it's kind of rough to pull up any kind of like actual information about them. Some of the people that do encounter them end up having, accidents or strange things happen to them, so it's kind of spooky, but definitely interesting. If you guys have any great black-eyed children stories, let me know down in the description. Shoot me an email at thetruthDefender1776@gmail.com. If you want to come on the show, you can hop on, you can tell it, or you can just let me know. You can write it to me, send me an email with it. I can read it on the show. I'll leave your name out if you like. Nobody needs to know who you are, but we can do that. And I'm really interested to see what you guys think about it. Comment down below if you've heard any stories, you have some of your own, or if you just know of a good one that we could probably read here on the show. We can do that for you. But guys, I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Stay tuned for the next one. Make sure you guys check out the podcast as well. If you guys aren't already subscribers, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button and that bell notification so you don't miss a single episode in the future as well. So guys, stay safe out there, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay frosty.